Yo guys, welcome to a new video. This is going to be the first video I've actually got with a webcam, I believe. I think I had some old videos with a webcam, but I don't think they were trading related. So, as you may be aware if you watch some of my other videos, I have completely transformed kind of my YouTube channel, or my YouTube performance maybe. So I now have 6 monitors in front of me. If you haven't seen my day trading setup video, I think it was my last video, so whichever one is my last one. I think it's my second last one actually, so I'll leave a link in the description below. The video was on my, I recorded it on my iPad, so fortunately I don't have a decent camera, handheld camera, which is something I do need to buy. I've been looking at the Canon, I think it's the D80 and the Canon Mark II. So they are in my Amazon basket. But anyway, today's video we're going to be talking about day trading rules for beginners, and this is actually for myself. So I'm not trying to say this excludes me. This definitely includes me. This was actually for myself. So these rules are actually for me. When I'm in the gym. So when I'm in the gym, when I do my cardio, I always like to be on my phone doing something productive. It can come across a bit, strange sometimes, but I'm always doing something productive, so I'm always writing down stuff. So in my notes, I have about 400 odd notes, quotes and sentences and loads of stuff that I have in there. But for one thing I've been doing recently is just having confirmation, keep writing stuff down, and I've wrote like steps before I get into a trade, all the way to entering a trade, all the way to exiting a trade, and I follow them religiously, and they work. Or they have been working quite well. So today we have, I think there's 15 rules. They are in no order. I've just written down some of the rules that I feel like. So I started off doing it for myself, and then I thought, this is more for other people as well. So I thought this would be quite useful for other people, like beginners who maybe don't know. Maybe these people, I feel like people see people winning a lot of money in the stock market and think it's easy, or feel left out, or feel unintelligent, or feel they're missing out. There's all these things, psychological issues that people will have when people see other people make money. And I think it's bad because it gives off such a bad message. Like there is days where, like on my second day of trading, I made $536 in about 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It's somewhere in it was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I was using 6-to-1 margin. I had $500. I played with 3,000. The stock went up 16%. I sold, doubled my account. 16% increase on a stock when you're using 6-to-1 margin. 6 times 16 is basically 97%. So I doubled my account. Stupid. It was good, but just stupid. It shouldn't have happened because I was just a new trader. So these are some of the rules. Let's go through them. So number 1, research endlessly. Trading books, YouTube videos. Watch people lose a big amount of money and ask yourself, could you handle losing that much money? Because it's easy to watch someone lose money and feel like, yeah, that wouldn't happen to me. But the thing is, it will happen. I have lost my account on SureTrader. It happens. First week I turned $500 into $1,500. I withdrew $1,000 to put towards my setup, so I was left with $500. And then my monthly platform fee went out, which is $100. I'm going to do another video on SureTrader. $100. Another $100 went out of my account for a day trading room platform, which I never even signed up for, which was from SureTrader. So I was down to $300. As soon as you go into $500, you can't use 6-to-1 margin. So I put another $500 in. I used too much margin. I don't get out of my losses. I don't cut my losses quick enough. A couple $100 here, $50 here. A couple bad trades. Not following a strategy. I now have a built strategy, or a strategy that I believe in. Which is a lot different now than how I was trading before. I wasn't even using indicators. I was looking at time and setups, and I was looking at the tape, but I wasn't doing certain stuff that I am doing now. And I also didn't have an amazing setup that I have now. So research endlessly. I mean, I preach this so much just because this is me. I preach it, but I physically do it on like a minute to minute basis. Sometimes too much. So you just research, guys. If you don't know something, you've just got to Google it. You've got to go on YouTube. You've got to read it. You've got to go somewhere, because if you do not know how to read time and sales, if you don't know how to read level 2, if you don't know what indicators are, if you don't know what a chart pattern is, you are going to lose money. You should not, and I don't mean this in any way disparaging or trying to attack anyone. I'm just being real, because I'm trying to help you out here. If you don't know, you're going to get hurt. Investing can be easy, but if you don't know what the things to do, then it's hard, isn't it? If you don't know that 2 + 2 is 4, you're not going to know what that means. And although it's only a small, micro little thing, if you don't know, what you don't know can harm you in a way, because you could open a stock account and blow up your account very easily, if you don't know how to get out of orders, if you don't know how to put the right orders in. There's a lot of stuff that goes into trading, and it totally gets not miscommunicated, but it just doesn't get out there as much. The only things that people normally share is their profits, which is easy to do, but it's more difficult to share the ins and outs, the logistics behind it, the actual things that go into making a good trade. So my number one rule, even though they're in no order per se, research endlessly. If you could see what's in front of me now, you probably see about 240, 250 books. Not all of them are to do with trading, but psychology, human behaviour, there's a lot to do with trading, a lot to do with cognitive science, the brain, how we think, how we understand things, psychology, biology. I have hundreds of books, probably, I don't know, I didn't even count it, but read loads. I actually spend more time on YouTube than I do reading, so that just goes to say, if I've got 300 odd books, imagine what my YouTube's like. So I got rid of the TV off the wall about a year ago. Take the TV off, quit the news, quit all that BS on the TV, consume knowledge. Okay, YouTube, and books. Rule 2, find out what you need to know. Now this is somewhat reflects rule 1. Like I said, they're in no order. Find out what you need to know, learn it, and apply it. Simple. How do you find out? I shouldn't have to say, I mean, come on, Google it, YouTube it, it's all there. I find this is more difficult for older people. No disrespect to older people, but people my age, it comes more intuition. Is intuitionally a word, or intuitively? Intuitively, that was the word. It comes more intuitively. Like, we'll just hold something down on the phone and copy it and paste it, and it's like it comes natural to us. Whereas like parents are a bit more, I don't know, they haven't really grown up with it. It kind of depends on your parents. I know some people who are like really good at technology, some people aren't. So it's not necessarily age. It can be a factor, but not always. Find out what platform best suits your trading style. Now, there's other things to learn before you even get to the platform side, but like I said, it's in no categorical order at all. It's just, I've just wrote these down, in no order. So find out, if you get your platform, trading platform, so a Shaw Trader or a Clomex, these are trading companies. So you could have like TradeNet, TradeZero, Shaw Trader, Lightspeed. A trading platform is provided by a trading company, a company who you basically give your money to. They provide you with a trading platform where you can buy and sell stocks, and that's basically what it is. But find a website, find a provider that will provide you with what you need. Look at the commissions. How much do they charge you to get in and out of stocks? Look how much they charge you to deposit money, to withdraw money. Look if they have a charge for going over your margin. All these intricacies you need to look at, because I would say the main one is commissions. To buy and sell stocks, you have to pay for them. Some commissions are $1.50 per trade, or per $3 round trip, so $1 to buy, $1.50 to sell. Some commissions, like Shaw Trader, are a lot expensive. Sometimes, I think Shaw Trader at one point, they were about $5 to $6 per trade, so in and out, so $13 to $15 a round trip, which is a lot of money, because if you were only trading with $100, for example, you would have that stock would have to go up by 15% for you to buy and sell. 15% of 100 is $15. So you buy and sell that stock, and the commissions are $15. You've made no money. So find out which trading platform best suits you. Different styles, charting. They have different layouts. They have different hotkeys. Hotkeys are basically hotkeys are hot buttons. You can buy 1,000 shares with like Control 1, or you can buy 1,000 shares by clicking on a button that you can program with a hotkey. You need to know all these sort of stuff, so just listen to what I'm saying and just basically research your hotkeys, hot buttons, trading platforms. And then we've got rule 4 is quite important. Make sure you have the right environment for trading. Now this is not exactly easy to do, although it can be. So for me, I'm a student, so I'm in a student accommodation. I'm in like a little studio flat. I have, like I say, my environment is perfect. I live on my own. I have everything that I need around me. I have a nice, large setup that I have everything I need in terms of trading, kind of. I guess I would like to have more experience, but I guess that will come in time. But what I mean with the environment, I mean your mindset, the right people around you. I'm quite selective with the people I hang around with, so I tend to be on my own quite a lot. I only really see people when I go to work, and like when I leave, I don't really meet people, like arrange to meet people. It's not really my thing. So your environment is very important. You know, having the right monitors, having the right setup, having the right setup. I mean, like having the right computer tower, having the right components. How fast is your computer? How fast is your internet? How many monitors do you have? You can get away with one monitor, but do you want to be flicking between tabs in seconds? Because I've made $200 in a 7-second trade. Now, could I have done that if I was switching between monitors? Probably not, or switching between tabs. I have 6 monitors, but they all do something. Now, I could have only 4, but I don't have to change the display on any of them in that 2-hour trading period from when I trade. So it's very important because I can look at what I need to look at without having to do anything. Some might say it's overkill, but for me, it's necessary. So have a right trading environment, have the right people around you, have the right equipment, the right mental state, have a coffee, have the things in your environment that are necessary for you to be able to be confident and fluent in your trading. Okay, it might seem like I'm going a bit over the top here, but it's necessary. Okay, number 5, make sure to invest into a decent trading setup. So I kind of touched on that basically. Guys, just Google the best trading setups. You know, a tower wants to have an iCore 7 processor, 16 gig of RAM, a solid state hard drive, a good motherboard. That's pretty much it, you know, and that's going to cost probably $700 minimum, probably minimum £700 to the maximum of, I mean, mine was $1,200. I've got 2 graphics cards. If you're going to have multiple monitors, the graphics cards are very important because certain graphics cards can only support certain amount of screens. I have a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti, and then I have a 1070. The 1050i can support 3 monitors. The 1070 can support 6, so combined of 9. I only have 6, so it's perfect. And then you need like display ports and stuff if you're going to connect external monitors and whatnot, but that you don't need to worry about that just yet. Okay, number 6. Make sure you know what stocks you are going to trade and which stocks you aren't going to trade. So like low float, price, you know, high price, low price, certain volume, high volume, low volume, certain sectors within the market, so like retail or biotechs or whatever kind of stocks you're going to trade. I mean, you don't have to know about the sectors per se, but it's good to know. I wouldn't say you don't need to build a relationship with these stocks if you're just going to be day trading them, because we don't necessarily care who they are or what they are. You need to know a certain amount of information to say that they are a good or bad stock, because if they're a bad stock, meaning they go up and down and they're all over the place, leave them to one side. Are they trading with a 5 cent spread? So are they going from $6.05, $6.10, $15, $20, $25? Because if they're trading with a 5 cent spread, that can be quite bad if you've got 1,000 shares and they go up 5 cents or go down 5 cents instead of going in increments of 1 cent increments, up or down. That'll have a huge difference, because when you've got 10,000 shares or 1,000 shares and it's going up by 5 cents, that's a huge increase. Then, well, it's 5 times higher if it goes up by 1 cent, which is the standard. So look, I don't trade 5-cent spread stocks. I don't particularly trade any stocks over $50. I don't trade any stocks below $3, very rarely. So just find your niche, find what you like to trade. Watch other traders, watch how they trade, watch what stocks they trade. I personally follow 6 traders. They actually all trade kind of differently, which is funny. One guy trades, very high price stocks. The other trades low flow, high volume, low price stocks, penny stocks that are below $10. So just find your niche, and I'll leave some videos in the description link below about the guys I follow and stuff like that. So find the stocks you need to trade, because you can filter down so much minutia, get all the BS out of the way, because life is like heuristics. Making decisions it can be very tough if you don't use shortcuts, heuristics, if you don't filter out things. When you shop online, what do you look for? You're looking for a camera. Okay, is that it? What else are you looking for? The brand, the megapixels, the make, the model. All these things you filter down, just like trading, you filter down. You have a stock, you're looking for 15,000 stocks on a stock market. How do you choose? You filter down. Price has to be within $5 to $10. Volume has to be from 200,000 to 1 million shares. Low float, high. All these things you need to know, because they filter all the minutia, all the crap out, all the noise, and you can filter it down to 5 stocks. Now, when you're focused on 5 stocks, isn't that better than focusing on 1,000 stocks? I would say yeah. So filter stuff down by knowing what you want to trade and what you don't want to trade, because a stock could come along and you could say, okay, yeah, I'll trade it. But if you don't have a filterization of stocks, then, because if a stock comes along and it's not how you trade, or it's not a stock that you would specifically normally trade, for example, it's over $50, or for example, it's trading on a 5 spread, you can say, no, I don't trade it. You don't even have to open that box. You don't have to go down that road. You can just say, no, I don't trade it. And that can save you a lot of money, for one, because it could be a bad stock to trade, and you could already know past history. So you just know what to trade. I don't want this video to go on to too long, but make sure your health is in check. This might seem, like not important. Even I shouldn't even say it seems like it's not important. Obviously, it's important, but some people just say it's important but don't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, they'll say, oh yeah, of course your health is important, but then what are you doing to actually secure that realization of you actually saying, yeah, your health's important? Yes, it's important. What are you doing about it? Because 70% of the world, or 60 to 70% of the world, or the population of people in the world, are overweight. So that has a huge impact, and I don't want to argue with anyone. I shouldn't even have to argue. It should just be, it's pretty straightforward. You are what you eat. If you put diesel fuel in a petrol fueled car, it's not going to run properly. So use that metaphor for your life. The food, which is the fuel you put inside your body, which is the car, needs to run well. If you had a Lamborghini, you would put the best fuel in that Lamborghini. So your body, I always say to people, you think you live on this planet, you live inside you. So in order for you to carry on living on this planet, you need to eat well, because your body will not carry on living if you eat bad food. To me, I've studied a personal training course, and I'm pretty mad into fitness. Well, not so much now. I am, but when I was younger, it was more severe. I was very into it. I mean, I know what I need to know now. But I could talk about that for hours. But your body is very important. Your mind is important. There is so many micro and macro nutrients that your body needs to function, and without them, that's why people have bad memory, or that's why people don't remember stuff, or they have bad things happen to them and they don't understand why. A lot of the time, it's your health. How are you thinking has a huge impact on your life. The amount of decisions you have to make. If you are eating bad food, do you think you're going to be clear to make decisions? I would imagine the top lawyers, the top bankers, all these people who earn a lot of money, presidents, I would imagine their diet is in check. I imagine they have a chef cook them well prepared, healthy food. There's probably a reason behind that. So make sure your health is in check. If your health is in check, your brain's in check. If your brain's in check, your mental focus is in check. Oh my god, this is so important. Practice trading in a demo account for at least 6 weeks. I would do this for longer. I would do this if you're one of those people who just wants to get into trading straight away like I did. I get it. I get I get all that. I really do. But I'd have a demo account open alongside. If you can't wait to start trading, then I would open a demo account alongside, as well as, because it's so imperative to your trading, so important. You can test, you can trial and error strategies out in a demo account, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the winning or losing. What matters is the trade working. In order for you to trade successfully, you need a strategy. If you have the mindset that you're going to open an account and make money trading, and you don't even know what strategy you're going to use to make money, you need to really nail some stuff down before you actually start thinking in that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I totally get it. I'm just saying you need to first do some research on what strategy you're going to use to actually make money, because if you think you're just going to buy a stock and it's going to go up and you're going to sell it, that is theoretically what happens. But if you buy a stock thinking it's going to go up, then you're gambling, because it could also go down, and now there's a 50-50 chance, which is gambling. You need to be more convinced and have more conviction in yourself. So you need to go, well, yeah, the stock's doing this, therefore it's going to do this. So it's not really a bet. It's more of a secured bet. Yes, you are still betting against it's going to go up or down. That's fine, but the percentage is higher in your conviction that the stock's going to go up or down. Does that make sense? Because if you just buy it and go, oh yeah, it could go up, it could go down, then you're betting. But if you go, this is a VWAP fade, where it's going to hit the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, and then it's going to go down. It's rejected the VWAP, and now I know it's just going to go down, because it always does. Or it does more times than it doesn't. That's more of like a secure bet. Or it's crossed, the 6 EMA has crossed the 14 EMA and the 26 EMA, the exponential moving average, therefore the price has been rejected, therefore the price is going to go down. We can see selling action on the level 2. People are selling more than people are buying. Reading the tape, how many orders are coming in? Are there more green orders than red orders? Are there more red orders than green orders? All this stuff you need to know, and the more you know, the less you are betting, the more you are actually betting with the trade, meaning that there's more positivity, there's more conviction and confirmation in the trade, and you don't have to actually worry about if you're betting. Because at one point I was just betting, I was just buying and selling, thinking it was going to go up or down. Now I have a strategy. Now it's more, I don't feel like I'm betting. When you feel like you're betting, a man who just feels he's betting is a very, very dangerous place to be. My monitor. It's a very dangerous place to be. You need to have conviction and confirmation in your trades. Where was I? Develop a strategy. This is basically interconnected with all of these, but this is important stuff. Like, seriously, this is important stuff. I really do, believe in this. Develop a strategy. Now, you're not going to have a strategy straight away. It just doesn't come to you like that. You need to trial and error. Just honestly, this is going to come when if you master all of these other steps, they'll all come together. Like I say, watch people trade, watch how they trade. They are very open with how they trade. I personally trade with indicators. So like I say, when the 6 moving average crosses the 14 and then crosses the 26, that to me is an indication that the stock's going to go down. So I short the stock, betting the stock's going to go down, and then I buy the stock back to cover my position at another support level. So we may have the stock maybe gapping up the previous morning, meaning there's a gap in the chart to fill. The stock comes down, breaks this line of support. Now I know it's going to come down. Now I kind of know, because one, it always does. There's a gap to fill. Gaps always fill over time. So stuff like that, you need to know how to trade. You can use moving averages, like I said before, the 9 and the 20. If the price comes down to the 9 moving averages, bounces off, buy and sell, stuff like that. You can use other kind of indicators. You've got the volume, weighted average price, the VWAP. Loads of Bollinger Bands, loads of different indicators you can use. You don't have to use indicators. I'm just trying to give you some ideas, but make sure you have a strategy. you know, don't try and reinvent the wheel. If there's a strategy that's working, like a gap and go or momentum or high volume momentum strategies, just use what other people are using. If it's working, don't try and, you know, reinvent the wheel. So number 10, test your strategy in a demo account. Just test and keep testing until you are convinced, because this will build confidence. My confidence got totally whacked out, totally destroyed when I lost my account in SureTrader. Partly my fault. I'm not even going to try and put the blame on SureTrader. I'm just trying to say stuff happened that wasn't really my fault, which then escalated in my confidence getting knocked, which escalated in me not having conviction and confirmation and confidence in my trade, which then escalated in me losing money. You know, things just didn't go to plan on certain days, and I did lose money. But you do. The great thing with losing money, you learn very quickly. Although, I did. As soon as I lose money, it's like, right, this is getting serious now. Let's get back to the drawing board. What did I just do wrong? Well, you didn't follow your trading setup, or where is your trading setup, or you didn't do this. I now have like a 4-page document on stuff that I have to reread and just make sure it's consolidated in my head. Certain things not to trade, certain stocks to trade, you know, certain setups. You've got to learn all this stuff, guys. So test your strategy in a demo account. If you are confident with the strategy, then try in a real account with small amount of money. Even if you're just doing $100, I know you could lose. I know you're going to lose on the commissions. You might lose a couple of dollars, or, you know, $5-10 on your commissions. But if the strategy works, it's better just to get confident, get comfortable with the strategy in a demo account, then do it in a real money account. But don't put 10 grand on a stock. It's all relative. Start small, you know, and just try and build it up. Even if you lose a couple of dollars at first, but if the strategy works, slowly up your size. Okay, use your strategy in a real account, and then with small sizing. That's basically what I've just said. Find the right times for you to trade in. So this is somewhat important, because I didn't do this because I was watching people before, but I have read and listened to other people doing this. When they first trade, they feel like, oh, I made $1,000 in an hour. I can repeat that for 8 hours a day. I can make 8 grand a day. It doesn't work like that. Most traders make the most amount of money in the first half an hour to an hour of trading, because that's where all the volume is. You got to remember the market is closed overnight. As soon as it opens in the morning, all the orders are coming in. The volume is huge. Stocks go all over the place, 100 to 150%, down 50 to 20%. So the volume and the opportunities to make money in the morning are very abundant. They're there, and you know that's why you hear a lot of people making a lot of money, because the opportunities are there if you know what you're doing. But the thing is, as soon as you can make 1,000, you can lose 1,000 straight away. So if you don't have all these things realigned or aligned in your trading strategy or the way you are, you can lose money. So you've got to understand there's money there to be made, but there's also, if you're not educated, you're going to lose money as well. So number 13, don't trade for more than 4 hours. This is quite important. I don't think I've ever traded for more than 4 hours. I've held positions, then come back to them in the day and stuff like that, but I won't trade for more than 4 hours in one day. You've got to understand, guys, this is intense. When you're trading with real money and you're using 6-to-1 margin, I once had $1,500 in my account using 6-to-1 margin. You're talking nearly 10 grand. For me, that's a lot of money, because I'm a student, you know, I'm 21 years old. So having 10 grand in a trade, knowing that trade could go down 10% very quickly, that's $1,000. My account's worth $1,500. I lose 10% on 10 grand, I'm down $1,000. I've only got $500, I'm back to square one in an instant. Having stop losses in place is important. You know, knowing when to get in and get out is very important. All these things are just going to come together, but just stay with me. Don't trade for more than 4 hours. I recommend trade for the first hour. Okay, trade for the first hour. When you're starting in a demo account, maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, because it's not as intense, because there's no real money on the line, and you can't fix that. It's just psychological. You know, you can't fix that. Trading with real money doesn't even matter if it's $10. It won't. You could trade with £1 million in a demo account and trade with $10 in a real account. The emotions are going to be different. Okay. Have multiple things to do in a day. This is important. Now, for me, it's quite bad for me at the moment because I'm off uni at the moment. I having my my break before I start year 2. So I've got 4 months off. I'm about halfway through. So for me, it's difficult. I've just got into this trading world, and for me, it's like I've just consumed my whole past 2 months with just trading non-stop. Not physically trading on the computer, but reading books, looking at charts. I mean, I am researching every minute of the day. I sometimes too much, but make sure you go to the gym in the morning, or you got these 4: health, wealth, love, and happiness. Health, get your health in check in the morning. Make sure you do some cardio. Make sure you go to the gym, do some workouts. Get mentally stable. Have a good breakfast. Just make sure your health is in check. Wealth. This is where the wealth is made. This is where we make our money. If you've got a job as well as like I have a job, I work at the weekends. The wealth part is your career, the way you make your money. So for me, in the weekday, it's trading, or it's doing some entrepreneurial stuff on my website, selling meal plans, selling workout plans, doing online entrepreneurial stuff. So health, wealth, okay, this is the trading part. Now we've got health, wealth, love. So now you've got your love. After you've done the health, after you've done the wealth, you've got to spend some time with your family. You've got to spend some time with your friends. Now, for me, I would rate myself a 6 out of 10 for this. So I need to improve this side of my life. Unfortunately, it's hard for me because I'm a student. Most students are drinking and wasting, just doing stupid stuff. I don't want to do that, so I have to surround myself on my own. I have to be inclusive and on my own and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like I surround myself with mentors on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm always watching educational videos. I'm always reading. I'm always listening to audiobooks. So I feel like it's getting there. My family, we're quite close, so like it's there. But then you got health, wealth, love, and happiness. Now, if you master these 3, the 4th one will come automatically. If your health is in check, the love is going to be in check because you're going to be healthy and you're going to be nice to your family, so they'll respect you. And the wealth, if your health is in check, the wealth should come as well. So all these are interconnected. So that's kind of just a little bit of an extra addition there. So do multiple things. Stay busy, guys. Stay busy is a really important one, because if you're not busy, you'll be on the computer, you'll be trading all day, you'll lose money, you'll get stressed, and it's just not good. Just don't do it. Yeah, this is important. This is the last one. Don't be afraid or don't have doubt in your trades, because if you do, you're not going to have confidence in the trade. You need to be so convinced in that trade or in a trade. You can't just have blind conviction or blind faith or blind confidence. It needs to be real. It needs to be like I have this set out in a document on my phone, on Word document. This is literally what needs to happen. I have written down confirmation 1, this needs to happen in order for me to enter a trade. Confirmation 2, this needs to happen. Confirmation 3. Now, if all these things happen, I'm in the trade at confirmation 1, small amount. Confirmation 2, I add. Confirmation 3, I add even more. And then for my exits, things need to happen for me to exit. Is the price pulling back? Is the buying increasing? Are we seeing increased volume? If we are, we need to sell some of the position, and then we hold on to some. We sell half and we hold on and we watch what's going to happen. We set our stop at break even, and then if it doesn't hit break even, then obviously we make more money and we sell at a price that we choose. Does it hit a support level? Is it fighting on that support level? Is the price bouncing and not being able to break? That's maybe an indication to sell some. So all these things you need to have written down. You can't just get into a trade just because you get into a trade. You need to have a real reason to get into a trade. You can't just go, I'm going to buy this stock just because I like the stock. No, that's not day trading. Day trading is there's reason, there's high volume, there's a news article, something, this company is merged with another company, or this company has had a new drug, so that get in before everyone else does. This company's just gone bankrupt, short the company, or all these things you need to know. It's very imperative, very important. So I think that's kind of like consolidated a lot of rules that I follow. There's obviously more rules. This is just, you know, a very brief description of some of the rules I follow, but most importantly, guys, just do your research. I don't mean this in a rude way, but just seriously do your research, read as much as you can. There's hundreds of books, psychology, trading, you know, human behavior, YouTube videos constantly, practice in a demo account. If you're too stubborn, if you're not patient enough and you can't wait and you just want to get into trading and blah blah blah, you may lose some money, but it might be a good thing. For me, it was a good thing because I've learned so much. I think for the, I don't know, $800 I've lost, I've gained so much in intellect, into like knowing what to do. So I don't think I've lost in a way. I mean, when you lose, you win because you win not what to do next time. It can be an expensive lesson, but it can be also an expensive intellectual learning curve. I don't know. I mean, for me, I feel like I've learned so much in a short space of time. I'm still learning. I feel like probably nowhere near where, you know, I should be or where I want to be, but that's just life. I mean, we're always going to feel like that. You never are comfortable with where you are, or most people aren't anyway. But I think that's going to be the end of the video. I'm going to leave some useful links in the comments section below. If you found this video informative or good or educational, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'm going to try and get out at least a couple of videos a week to do with day trading and stuff like that, so it'll be quite informative for you guys to subscribe. And other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.